Have you ever wondered whether traveling after 70 is still a good idea? While seeing new places and experiencing different cultures can be exciting, there are serious risks that many seniors don't consider until they're already facing them. As we get older, our bodies and minds go through changes that can make travel more exhausting, unpredictable, and even dangerous. And while some people assume they can keep up the same pace they did in their younger years, the reality is that after 70, travel presents unique challenges that can turn a dream vacation into a stressful or even life-threatening ordeal. In this video, we're going to reveal 5 important reasons why traveling after 70 can be risky. From unexpected health emergencies to hidden financial pitfalls that can drain your savings, each point will help you understand the challenges seniors face when they travel. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of why travel at this stage in life requires extra caution, and what you can do to stay safe if you still choose to take a trip. Stay with me until the end, because the last reason on our list is one that many seniors never think about. Yet it's one of the most common ways people lose money, time, and peace of mind while traveling. Now, let's get started. 1. Increased health risks and medical emergencies. One of the biggest concerns when traveling after 70 is the increased risk of sudden health issues. As we age, our bodies become more unpredictable, and conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, and respiratory problems can turn into emergencies when we least expect them. While at home, it's easy to get medical care quickly, but when you're traveling, especially in an unfamiliar place or a foreign country, getting the right treatment can be much more complicated. A minor health issue that could have been handled easily at home can quickly become a serious, even life-threatening situation when you're far from your regular doctor. For many seniors, the risk of a medical emergency isn't just theoretical, it's very real. Long flights can increase the risk of blood clots, also known as deep vein thrombosis. High altitudes can put strain on the heart and lungs, especially for those with pre-existing conditions. Even something as simple as dehydration or heat exhaustion can hit much harder in an unfamiliar climate. Seniors are also more prone to infections, which means exposure to new bacteria and viruses in different locations can lead to unexpected illnesses. Consider the story of James, a 74-year-old who had always loved traveling. He planned a 2-week cruise with his wife, thinking it would be a relaxing way to see new places without too much physical strain. But on the 4th day of the trip, he started experiencing severe chest pain. The ship's medical staff provided basic care, but he needed a hospital fast. Because they were in the middle of the ocean, he had to wait for an emergency evacuation to the nearest port, delaying treatment by hours. Fortunately, he survived, but the experience left him shaken. What was supposed to be a dream vacation became a terrifying ordeal, one that he later admitted could have been avoided had he considered the risks more carefully. Medical insurance is another major issue. Many seniors assume that their regular health coverage will apply wherever they go, only to find out too late that they aren't covered for medical treatment in another country. Without the right travel insurance, hospital visits, emergency surgeries, and even basic medications can result in massive out-of-pocket costs. Some seniors end up paying thousands of dollars just to get the care they need while abroad. So, what can be done if you're over 70 and considering travel? Be sure to check with your doctor first. Get a full health assessment, discuss any potential risks, and make sure you have all necessary medications with you. Always research the healthcare system in your destination, and if traveling abroad, ensure you have comprehensive travel insurance that covers emergency evacuations and hospital stays. Because when it comes to health, being prepared can make all the difference between a smooth trip and a disaster. Staying healthy is one of the most important aspects of enjoying life after 70, but while medical risks are a major concern, they aren't the only reason travel can be dangerous. 2. Increased exposure to infections and contaminants. One of the most overlooked dangers of traveling after 70 is the increased exposure to germs, viruses, and foodborne illnesses. Crowded airports, packed airplanes, public transportation, and unfamiliar restaurants all create an environment where bacteria and viruses thrive. For younger travelers, a minor cold or stomach bug might be a temporary inconvenience. But for seniors, these infections can lead to severe complications, hospitalizations, or even long-term health setbacks. A single trip can expose an older adult to more illnesses than they would typically encounter in months at home. And in some cases, the immune system just isn't strong enough to fight them off. As we age, our immune system naturally weakens, making it harder to recover from infections. Respiratory illnesses, in particular, pose a significant risk to older adults. Studies have shown that seniors are more likely to develop complications from the flu, pneumonia, and even common colds, especially when exposed to new strains in different parts of the world. Airplanes, in particular, are a breeding ground for germs. Passengers are often packed closely together, breathing in recycled air for hours at a time. And since people from all over the world pass through airports daily, it's easy to encounter viruses that your body has never been exposed to before. Then there's the issue of food and water safety. Many travelers are excited to try new foods in different countries, but for seniors, unfamiliar ingredients, spices, and cooking methods can lead to digestive distress. Foodborne illnesses like norovirus, E. coli, and salmonella can hit older adults much harder, leading to prolonged illness, dehydration, and a severely weakened immune system. And while locals may have built immunity to certain bacteria in their water supply, travelers often don't have the same protection. Something as simple as drinking tap water or eating a salad washed in local water can lead to serious stomach infections. Public restrooms, hotel rooms, and rental cars are other places where germs linger. Many people assume that because a place looks clean, it's safe, but surfaces like doorknobs, seatbelts, and tray tables are rarely disinfected as thoroughly as they should be. Seniors who rely on mobility aids like canes or walkers are at even greater risk, since they frequently touch public surfaces for balance. So, how can seniors protect themselves if travel is unavoidable? Taking extra precautions is essential. Wearing a mask in crowded areas, washing hands frequently, and carrying hand sanitizer can help reduce the risk of picking up harmful germs. Only drinking bottled or filtered water, avoiding raw foods in unfamiliar places, and sticking to well-cooked meals can help prevent foodborne illnesses. And for those traveling internationally, getting recommended vaccines and carrying essential medications for stomach issues or respiratory infections is a must. Staying healthy while traveling is possible, but it requires vigilance, preparation, and a strong immune system. However, health risks aren't the only concern. There's one more reason why traveling after 70 can be more of a burden than a joy, and it's something that can impact not just your health, but also your finances and peace of mind. 3. Travel fatigue and recovery challenges. Traveling may seem exciting, but for seniors over 70, the physical toll can be far greater than expected. Long flights, early check-ins, unpredictable schedules, and hours of walking can lead to exhaustion that is difficult to recover from. Unlike in younger years, where a good night's sleep could recharge the body, older adults often find that fatigue lingers for days or even weeks after a trip. And when the body is tired, everything else suffers. Immune function weakens, coordination worsens, and the risk of illness or injury skyrockets. One of the biggest issues seniors face while traveling is disrupted sleep. Sleeping in an unfamiliar bed, dealing with noisy hotels, or adjusting to different time zones can make it nearly impossible to get proper rest. Sleep deprivation isn't just about feeling tired. It affects mental sharpness, weakens the immune system, and even increases the risk of heart problems. Studies have shown that seniors who travel across multiple time zones often take longer to adjust, meaning jet lag can last much longer than expected. This lingering exhaustion can turn an otherwise enjoyable trip into a miserable experience, leaving travelers drained instead of rejuvenated. Then there's the issue of physical strain. Sitting for long periods on a plane, bus, or train can lead to stiff muscles, swollen joints, and an increased risk of blood clots. For seniors with arthritis or circulation issues, extended travel times can cause discomfort that lasts long after the trip is over. And even once you arrive at your destination, the physical demands of sightseeing, carrying luggage, and keeping up with scheduled activities can quickly become overwhelming. What starts as an exciting vacation can quickly turn into a struggle just to keep up. Consider the case of Richard, a 75-year-old man who had always loved traveling. After retirement, he and his wife planned a 2-week vacation overseas, assuming it would be just as enjoyable as their trips in earlier years. But after a 10-hour flight, navigating a crowded airport, and adjusting to a 6-hour time difference, Richard felt exhausted before the trip had even begun. By the second day, he had trouble walking long distances, struggled to stay alert during tours, and found himself needing frequent breaks. By the time he adjusted, it was almost time to head back home, and he spent the following weeks recovering from the trip instead of enjoying his memories. Another challenge seniors face is maintaining their usual diet and hydration levels. Many destinations have unfamiliar foods that can cause digestive issues, and staying hydrated while on the move is often overlooked. Dehydration alone can lead to fatigue, dizziness, and confusion, making even simple activities feel like a struggle. Combined with poor sleep and physical strain, it's easy to see why many seniors feel worse after a trip rather than refreshed. So, what's the solution if travel is unavoidable? Seniors should plan plenty of rest days, stay hydrated, and avoid overloading their schedule with back-to-back activities. Taking shorter flights with layovers to move around, packing nutritious snacks, and making time for naps can also help reduce exhaustion. But most importantly, recognizing personal limits and adjusting travel plans accordingly is crucial, because a vacation should be enjoyable, not something that takes weeks to recover from. The physical toll of travel is a serious concern for seniors, but it's not the only hidden danger. 4. Higher risk of falls and injuries. One of the biggest dangers of traveling after 70 is the increased risk of falls and injuries. As we age, our balance, reflexes, and bone density naturally decline, making us more vulnerable to accidents. And while a minor stumble in your own home might not seem like a big deal, a fall while traveling, especially in an unfamiliar place, can lead to broken bones, serious hospital stays, or even permanent mobility issues. The reality is, a single fall can change the course of a senior's life, turning what was meant to be a relaxing trip into a painful and costly ordeal. Many seniors don't realize just how different travel environments can be from what they're used to. Hotels, cruise ships, and historic sites often have uneven floors, poorly lit staircases, or slippery surfaces that make falling more likely. Some destinations have little to no accessibility accommodations, meaning simple activities like stepping onto a bus or walking on cobblestone streets can become unexpected hazards. And in many places, emergency medical services aren't as fast or advanced as they are back home, meaning even a minor injury can take longer to treat, increasing the risk of complications. Take the case of Linda, a 78-year-old woman who had always dreamed of visiting Europe. She was in great shape for her age and walked regularly in her neighborhood without any problems. But when she arrived in Italy and started navigating the steep, uneven streets, she quickly realized it wasn't as easy as she thought. One evening, as she stepped off a curb in a dimly lit alley, she lost her footing and fell hard, breaking her hip. She was rushed to a local hospital where doctors told her she needed surgery. Not only did she have to cut her trip short, but she also spent months in recovery after returning home. What was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime turned into an experience she wished she had never taken. Another major factor is fatigue. Traveling often involves long days, irregular meal schedules, and disrupted sleep patterns, all of which can affect balance and coordination. When the body is tired, reaction times slow down, making a misstep or stumble more likely. And for seniors with arthritis or joint pain, long walks through airports, train stations, or tourist sites can cause swelling and discomfort, increasing the risk of a sudden loss of stability. So, how can seniors reduce the risk if travel is necessary? Choosing destinations with good accessibility, avoiding high-risk areas with uneven terrain, and always using proper footwear can help. Walking sticks, supportive shoes, and staying well-rested can also make a big difference. And above all, recognizing personal limitations is key, because no trip is worth sacrificing your long-term mobility and independence. 5. Travel insurance and financial risks. One of the most unexpected dangers of traveling after 70 isn't just about health. It's about the financial risks that come with it. Many seniors assume that if they run into a problem while traveling, they can simply rely on their insurance or personal savings. But the reality is that travel-related medical emergencies, trip cancellations, and even financial scams can drain a person's bank account faster than they realize. For many seniors, a single unexpected event can turn a well-planned trip into a financial nightmare, leaving them with overwhelming expenses and stress. One of the biggest financial risks is medical care abroad. Many seniors don't realize that their regular health insurance often doesn't cover treatment in foreign countries. This means that if you fall ill or get injured while traveling, you could be responsible for thousands of dollars in medical bills. Even in countries where healthcare is more affordable, emergency medical evacuations, such as being airlifted to a proper hospital, can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Without the right travel insurance, seniors could find themselves in a situation where they either pay an enormous bill out of pocket or go without the care they need. Then there's the issue of trip cancellations. Many seniors book trips months in advance, assuming they'll be in good health when the time comes. But life is unpredictable. Health conditions can arise suddenly, requiring a trip to be postponed or canceled altogether. Unfortunately, many airlines, hotels, and cruise lines have strict policies that don't allow refunds for last-minute cancellations, meaning seniors can lose thousands of dollars if they have to change their plans. Without proper trip insurance, recovering that money can be nearly impossible. Beyond medical costs and cancellations, there's another serious financial risk: scams and fraud. Seniors are often targeted by scammers who prey on travelers, using tactics like fake taxi services, overcharging for simple goods, or even elaborate schemes designed to steal credit card information. Many scammers specifically look for older adults who seem unfamiliar with their surroundings, knowing that they are less likely to notice a scam happening in real time. And in some cases, criminals take advantage of seniors by offering fraudulent vacation deals that turn out to be nothing but an expensive trap. Consider the case of George, a 76-year-old man who had always been careful with his money. He booked a dream vacation to a tropical island, making sure to save up for every part of the trip. But when he arrived, he realized the hotel he booked didn't exist. He had fallen for an online scam, and by the time he figured it out, his money was gone, with nowhere to stay. He had to scramble to find another hotel, paying double what he had budgeted just to have a place to sleep. What should have been a relaxing trip became a stressful financial mess that followed him home. So, how can seniors protect themselves? First, always check if your health insurance covers international travel, and if it doesn't, invest in a solid travel insurance plan that includes medical emergencies and trip cancellations. Second, when booking a trip, use only reputable companies and avoid deals that seem too good to be true. And third, be extra cautious with your money while traveling. Avoid carrying large amounts of cash, be mindful of who has access to your credit card information, and never trust strangers with personal financial details. While travel can be exciting, these financial risks make it clear that after 70, extra caution is required. The unexpected costs, the possibility of losing money due to scams, and the sheer unpredictability of health emergencies make travel a gamble that not every senior is prepared to take. Final thoughts. We've just explored 5 major reasons why traveling after 70 comes with serious risks. Risks that many seniors don't consider until they're facing them firsthand. From unexpected health emergencies to injuries, exhaustion, infections, and financial pitfalls, each of these challenges can turn what should be a relaxing vacation into an overwhelming or even dangerous experience. While travel may seem like an exciting way to spend retirement, the reality is that after a certain age, it requires much more planning, caution, and awareness than it did in younger years. But does that mean seniors should never travel? Not necessarily. It just means that for those over 70, the way they approach travel has to change. Instead of exhausting long-haul flights, stressful tours, and risky destinations, it may be better to choose closer, safer options that don't put as much strain on the body. Exploring local attractions, taking shorter trips, or focusing on destinations that provide easy access to medical care can make a huge difference in safety and enjoyment. Travel should enhance life, not create new problems that linger long after the trip is over. If you or a loved one is considering travel after 70, take a moment to really think about the potential challenges. Is your health stable enough to handle the trip? Do you have the right travel insurance to protect against financial risks? Have you chosen a destination that is safe and accessible for your needs? These questions may not seem exciting to ask, but answering them honestly could prevent unnecessary stress and hardship down the road. At the end of the day, longevity isn't just about adding years to life. It's about making sure those years are lived with quality, independence, and peace of mind. If avoiding unnecessary travel means staying healthier and safer, then it's worth reconsidering the risk before booking that next flight. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.